with that being said, over the next 2-3 years, where do you feel that we'll see real change and opportunity, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, the next couple of years are going to be, it's going to see a massive shift, to be honest. I think, like it or not, COVID-19 has been a line in the sand moment when it comes to e-commerce. The way people shop is never really going to be the way it was before. Even obviously just shops opening again, obviously, and things, people aren't going to shop in the same way, and no industry is really immune. But even before this, B2B was rapidly catching up fast on the B2C sector when it came to doing e-commerce. I think this is just going to see a huge acceleration in that, just in how buyers and shoppers are going to be purchasing on a B2B scenario. I think that's going to be a huge shift. And a lot of companies will have been looking at their business models over the last few months, and they'll be looking at ways to diversify in order to really protect themselves from something like this in the future. But as you said, I think this leads to a great opportunity for a lot of businesses, even for those doing e-commerce already, or for those not doing e-commerce already. It's obvious. Okay, that ship is almost sailed. You need to be getting on board there, right? For those that were, I think some of the key areas that stand out, we've talked about it quite extensively already, around personalization and understanding the customer. And as I said, I'm not talking about lazy segment level or product retargeting on Instagram or every website I visit. I'm talking about actually understanding your customers, an individual level, and recognizing their needs, their wants, their desires. These will all change over time, and it's going to be critical to be surfacing up that information which is relevant to them and their interests. It may seem like more of a kind of soft sell approach, I think, but I think it's about being genuine. It's really about kind of more ingraining yourself in their mind to foster loyalty. I think that's one of the key areas for opportunity, and doing this by, as I said, by being able to actually offer more than just the stack it high, sell it cheap e-commerce, being able to actually offer them information about things that are important to them, and those sort of things, which, I say, really kind of help push you beyond just being an e-commerce vendor selling stuff online, to being a lot more thinking about the customers, indoctrinating yourselves in their lives.
The ability for businesses to pivot quickly in the face of adverse change obviously has become glaringly apparent over the past few months. Those that have been able to succeed and achieve that have become accidental beneficiaries of something that's obviously, relatively crisis-ridden, but nevertheless, the measurable growth that they've sustained is quite clearly there. Those businesses operating in B2B and D2C, I think we will see a crossover of techniques and approaches from both, actually. B2B tend to understand their customers very well, because of course that's the very nature of what it is that they do. But the marketing techniques employed, whether it's content curation, whether it's affiliation, whatever they do in the consumer industry, that has a part to play going forward, certainly within B2B. And I also think that just a better understanding of customers at a consumer level, or businesses that work in the D2C market, will start to become more and more evident, because D2C tends to be sort of quite broad and quite spread. People aren't necessarily so ingrained with customers at a sort of almost personal level. It's not about segments. It is about really understanding them while they're making their journey. And I think I just think businesses will just make a bigger effort to really get under the skin, whether it's more customer research, however they want to do it. I think that's going to be a big change. And I'm not even going to talk about AI. So, that's a whole different video session. So.